Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be giving you my Aquarius July 2019 horoscope forecast, part 1 of 2. And yes, this does apply and pertain to the Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Anyway, people, first thing up is, as far as July goes, the Sun will be in Cancer from the 1st until the 23rd. So the 6th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, at this time, there could be a strong concentration of energy, focus, and attention on health, employment, work, diet, fitness, service, an aunt, an uncle, even daily routine, sometimes worry as well. And given this is Cancerian energy, this might be, in some cases, as far as the worry goes, it might be something of a very emotional nature. It could be also, too, this energy may be done with a lot of tenacity, a lot of care, a lot of devotion, dedication, diligence, a lot of emotional energy, a lot of sensitivity, and for reasons connected with safety and security, and perhaps especially in matters as far as your employment goes and getting some kind of security as far as where you're working at, some kind of, where you feel like there's some kind of condition where you're, or stipulation or what have you, that you're going to be by your employer, if you are an employee, that you're going to be there for some time, for a certain duration, for a very sustained period. And also, some cases, this could shine a light, so to speak, on a Cancerian health-related issue, such as something with the breast, the chest, or the stomach. It could be something, too, where in some cases this could be about an eye issue, because you're talking about the Sun. It rules either the left or the right eye, depending on gender. And you're talking about the 6th house of health. It could be something, one of those moody, temperamental eye situations, or something where one of the eyes are there's something watery or something going on or dewy with it that you're not really sure of, that just doesn't seem right. But anyway. Well, the next thing up is, as far as July goes, the Sun will be in Leo from the 23rd until the 31st, so the 7th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, at this time, there could be a strong concentration of energy, focus, and attention on open adversaries, relationships, partnerships, legalities, lawsuits, even a grandmother, competition, negotiation, others in general. This could be, given that this is Leo energy, this may be done with a lot of ferocity, a lot of confidence and self-assuredness, a very resolute manner, done with a lot of pride and a lot of dignity as well, but also may be done in a very attention-seeking manner, and done with there might be a lot of dominance, and especially if you're dealing, like if you're in some competition, it might be a time where you might be feeling like shining in terms of dominating an opponent in some competition, whether it might be some kind of sports-related thing or what have you. But also at this time, in some cases, this could shine the light, so to speak, on a Leo open adversary. It could be a Leo Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Leo characteristics. In some cases, it could be a dominant Leo male that could be an open enemy at this time as well. In some cases, a father, an authority figure. It could be, again, a Leo Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Leo traits. Anyway. Well, the next thing up is there will be a solar eclipse, new moon solar eclipse in Cancer on July 2nd, so the 6th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, at this time, well, you're talking about a solar eclipse in astrology. It can often be something that can have life-altering implication. It could be something that could be a lot more sustained than a regular new moon. Now, in some cases, this could be, in some cases, a life-altering, maybe a start of some life-altering Cancerian illness, not in Cancer per se, but it's not, what I'm saying is something with something that's connected with the zodiac sign Cancer, such as something with the breast, the chest, or the stomach. It could be a new family worry may start. The thing I mentioned about the possible illness, a lot of this could especially be true if this is making, say, an inconjunct to your ascendant at this time. This could be about physical issues, or in it especially what can increase the propensity for this if it makes an adverse aspect to your natal Mars Sun as well. Now, could also be the start of some monumental, life-altering, life-changing employment that's Cancerian related, such as something with real estate, cooking, laundry, culinary, cooking, something with caregiving, something where you're doing rescuing, such as like working as a 911 dispatcher. Now, in some cases, when you're talking about eclipses in astrology, it could be about the departure of somebody. Given that this is the sun, when you're to the sun being involved right with the moon, I mean, you're talking about a solar eclipse. It could be a dominant. You're talking about a dominant male at this time. It could be a dominant Cancerian male that might have been prominent in your daily routine, your employment, maybe somebody that was played a role in your health and fitness. It could be a Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Cancerian traits. Some cases might be an uncle in some cases. Now, in some cases, I believe this could also be about the arrival of one, because when you're talking about new and solar eclipses, this could be about monumental new beginnings, phenomenal new beginnings, and it could be maybe the arrival of a dominant, someone that's going to be a dominant male in your life, perhaps in your daily routine, or maybe in your instrumental in your health life, or someone that provides some kind of service to you. It could be, again, could be a Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Cancerian traits. Some cases, this could be the start of a tenacious and untiringly persistent health regime, or you might start to do some caregiving, perhaps to an aunt or an uncle in some cases, or some nurturing and sympathetic service at this time to somebody. Now, anyway, well, next thing up, there will be a full moon lunar eclipse in Capricorn on July 16th, so the 12th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, at this time, you're talking about full moon lunar eclipses in astrology. Of course, a lunar eclipse is a more powerful version of the regular full moon. This could be something that could be life-altering and change, and this is something that can have a much more protracted and sustained impact. Now, in some cases, this could be, or something that really has some greater significance somehow. This could be something now, in some cases, this could manifest in a revelation or unveiling of a Capricorn hidden adversary, and this could be something that could be very huge and much more significant than a typical full moon. It could have been somebody that maybe you knew for a much longer, for a very protracted period, and this might come as more of a shock to you. It could be a Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Capricorn traits. Now, could also manifest in some cases of a depressing or limiting mental illness. Maybe you either come out with it, or maybe you make some kind of self-discovery regarding this. This could also be too, and in some cases, just like the solar eclipse, the lunar eclipse could be about the departure of somebody significant in your life. Since you're talking about a lunar eclipse, it could be, in this case, a Capricorn dominant female maybe departing. Could have been somebody that was prominent in your private life, or helping you through some kind of limitation or restrictions. It could have been maybe a person that maybe you provided, maybe this is somebody who was in a limiting situation that you formed a very strong rapport with. It could be a Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Capricorn traits. It could be an aunt in some cases. Now, also, now, in some cases, if you were involved in this, in the isolated cases, it could be somebody that you were involved in a clandestine affair with in some isolated cases. Now, also, too, this could be the end of something career-related that could be connected with the 12th house. It could be something, for example, the metaphysical, which can include astrology, spirituality, something with helping those less fortunate than yourself, such as the hungry, the oppressed, the impoverished, the homeless, something with photography, chemistry, illusion, anything that could be 12th house related, prison, hospital work. Now, And it could be more life altering than a regular full moon. It could be something that maybe you had done for a very sustained period and you had thought about for some time, but finally have decided to maybe end it. Now, also too, this could be a time when you're talking about full moon energy, and of course the lunar eclipse is more powerful, more amplified full moon energy. In this case, this could be a time where you could become very exceptionally tired, exasperated, full, so to speak, of a rather cold, callous, even undemonstrative, even tyrannical in some cases, perhaps overly authoritative, maybe person that might have maybe played some role in your secret sorrows, or someone prominent in your private life. It could be an aunt or an uncle. This could be somebody that maybe you was in a limiting situation, that was in a less fortunate situation, and you're tired, just their general, really the cold, just something of a cold nature, connected with this person. Could even be somebody that you may know well that might be in a 12th house profession, such as something with photography or chemistry or the metaphysical or spirituality. Now, also too, some cases though, this could be about a self-revelation or unveiling that maybe there was something limiting or restricting that was really more of a deception or an illusion, where it wasn't really, where it's connected perhaps with self-sabotage, and it might have been, some cases being Capricorn energy, maybe a very negative or pessimistic outlook might have been inhibiting you maybe to some degree. Now, anyway, it could also be a responsibility might come to a completion or culmination, maybe to someone less fortunate than yourself, to an aunt or an uncle, maybe somebody that you may know well, that might be in the 12th house profession. Now, also, anyway, well, the next thing I want to get to is Mercury will be in Leo as far as July goes, from the 1st until the 19th. So the 7th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, at this time, you might find yourself doing some boasting and bragging, maybe in your dealings with open adversaries or lawsuits or legalities in some cases. This could be about creative writing, collaborating maybe with others on some creative writing, or writing about something Leo related, such as something connected with acting or entertainment, or something, ways to get maybe some kind of attention or notoriety or recognition. Now, as I've stated previously, Mercury can also be about siblings. This could be about Leo, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant siblings, or simply ones that embody Leo traits that might figure more prominently in legal situations. Maybe it could be in your relationships. Maybe they figure more prominently, maybe in legalities, such as legal advice or even lawsuits in some cases. Now, also, too, Mercury can also be about neighbors. This could manifest in some cases in rather arrogant, egotistical, know-it-all neighbors that might be giving you all kinds of legal advice and think that they know everything about that, and maybe matters in a lawsuit, or your relationships in general, dealing with open enemies. Could also be a time too where you might be doing some talking, communicating about some kind of Leo type competition, such as something with golf or entertainment, or something like with creative writing or sports in general. You might find yourself dominating conversations more with 7th house people, such as a grandmother, a significant other, a marriage partner. So anyway, hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that. Anyway, next thing up. Mercury will be in Cancer as far as July goes, from the 19th until the 31st. Will be retrograde, and the 6th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, at this time, you might find yourself perhaps communicating in some cases regarding perhaps a Cancerian type illness, or such as something with the breast, the chest, the stomach, or some kind of ulcers, and it could be also talking about past hurts and that are involving maybe sixth house people, such as something with an aunt or an uncle, or someone prominent in your daily routine, in your employment life, someone you know at a health and fitness place. This could also be, too, where, as I've stated before, Mercury can also be about siblings. This could be about Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Cancerian traits that might factor in strongly, perhaps in your daily routine, your work, your health life, perhaps service rendered. It could even be maybe with your pets. Some cases, too, this could be about dealing with sympathetic, nurturing neighbors, perhaps being concerned about your health, about your employment, your diet, your fitness. It could be, too, in some cases, you might be experiencing some temperamental breathing issues. In some cases, because Mercury could be connected with breathing, you might also be a little bit more sensitive to criticism and ridicule connected with your diet, your health, your employment at this time. And you might be, given that this is retrograde, you might be going back to some rather emotional and sensitive, perhaps discussions with an aunt or an uncle, someone prominent in your daily routine, your work, or your health life. Now, anyway, well, the next thing up is Venus will be in Gemini as far as July goes, from the 1st until the 3rd. So the 5th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, this could be about the enjoyment of manifold loves at this time. You might, if you're unattached at this time, Aquarius, you might connect with a Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Gemini characteristics. It could be for a superficial fling, it could be for a very romantic connection, or someone you meet in an entertainment venue. You might be spending money at this time on a wide divergence of investments and maybe things that are connected with your fun, your amusement, and your enjoyment. This could also manifest in some cases in valuing loquaciousness, amiable energy, variety, versatility, dexterity, and even vivaciousness and personal popularity. But just make sure this is not about enjoyment of vicariously living through fifth house matters such as love and children, and things that are really associated really with others' enjoyment, because Gemini energy can be about vicariousness. And also, too, you might be fond enjoyment of mental stimulation with fifth house people, or even playing things that are really having maybe the enjoyment perhaps in Gemini types, love of Gemini type sports, such as something with quick reaction, such as ping pong or badminton, as an example. So, anyway. Last but not least, Venus will be in Cancer as far as July goes, from the 3rd until the 18th. So the 6th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, at this time, you might find yourself spending money in some cases on a Cancerian type illness. It could be something with the stomach, the chest, or the breast in some cases. If you're unattached at this time, Aquarius, you may connect with a Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Cancerian characteristics. It could be somebody that maybe provides some kind of service to, or it could be somebody you meet at some kind of, perhaps in your employment. It could be someone prominent in your daily routine. You might meet the person at some kind of diet or health or fitness venue. Could also be a time where you may value sympathy and empathy, nurturing energy, devotion, and diligence, perhaps, and really in your daily routine at this time, and also safety and security in the daily routine, perhaps, as well. You might find yourself also enjoying Cancerian things with an aunt and an uncle, such as cooking, something with culinary, doing introverted, home-related matters. It could be collecting things of a nostalgic nature, even laundry in some cases, or even home remodeling or renovation at this time. Could also be about at this time too that you might perhaps make money through some kind of Cancerian employment, such as something with real estate, or working as some kind of historian, doing laundry work, doing cooking, home caregiving, anything that could be Cancerian related. So anyway, people. Now, in some cases, this could also, one last thing about this, It could also be, in some cases, it may be some issue connected with the throat or the neck that might be somewhat temperamental. Remember that Venus can be connected with the throat and the neck, and it might be causing you, giving this Cancerian energy, more emotional distress than usual. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for my Aquarius July 2019 horoscope forecast, part 1 of 2. Stay tuned next time where I'll be giving you my Aquarius July 2019 horoscope forecast, part 2 of 2. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone. Because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.